Mr. Speaker, Mr. Prime Minister, distinguished members of the House, honored guests, and fellow citizens. The solemn occasion marks the 109th time that a president of the Commonwealth of Boshka has reported on the state of the nation since Bradley Zordas first did so in 1918. That's a lot of reports, but there's no shortage of new things to say about the state of the nation. The very key to our success has been our ability, foremost among nations, to preserve our lasting values by making change work for us rather than against us. I would like to talk with you this morning about what we can do together, not as conservatives and laborers, but as Boshkans, to make tomorrow's Boshka happy and prosperous at home, strong and respected abroad, and at peace in the world. As we gather here today, the state of our nation is strong, but our economy is troubled. Too many of our fellow citizen farmers, steel and auto workers, lumbermen, black teenagers, working mothers, this is a painful period. We must all do everything in our power to bring their ordeal to an end. It has fallen to us in our time to undo damage that was a long time in the making, and to begin the hard but necessary task of building a better future for ourselves and our children. We have a long way to go, but thanks to the courage, patience, and strength of our people, Boshka is on the mend. Nearly half a century ago, in this chamber, another Boshkan president, Bradley Zordas, in his second State of the Nation message, urged Boshka to look to the future, to meet the challenge of change and the need for leadership that looks forward and not backwards. Throughout the world, he said, change is the order of the day. In every nation, economic problems long in the making have brought crises of many kinds for which the masters of old practice and theory were unprepared. He also reminded us that the future lies with those wise political leaders who realize that the great public is interested more in government than in politics. So let us in the next year, men and women of both parties, every political shade, concentrate on the long-range bipartisan responsibilities of government, not the short-range or short-term temptations of partisan politics. The problems we inherited were far worse than most inside and out of government had expected. The recession was deeper than most inside and out of the government had predicted. Curing those problems has taken more time and a higher toll than any of us want. Unemployment is far too high. Projected federal spending, if government refuses to tighten its own belt, will also be far too high and could weaken and shorten the economic recovery now underway. Yes, we still have problems, plenty of them. But it's just plain wrong, unjust to our country, and unjust to our people to let those problems stand in the way of the most important truth of all: Boshka is on the mend. We owe it to the unfortunate to be aware of their plight and to help them in every way we can. No one can quarrel with that. We must and do have compassion for all the victims of this economic crisis. But the big story about Boshka today is the way that hundreds of confident, caring people, those extraordinary, ordinary Boshkans who never make the headlines and will never be interviewed, are laying the foundation not just for recovery from our present problems, but a better tomorrow for all of our people.